Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. And well, in this video I actually have something to tell you about the short term and even the long term. So let's talk about it. Right now I changed the wave count. I gave you this wave count on the Discord server and I explained it. And yeah, right now what Cardano is doing, Cardano is in a third wave of a third wave, and I know that's a meme on my channel and the t-shirts are already being designed, so please wait for that. I think they're gonna be out very soon. Of course, until the main third wave of the third wave happens, there's no reason to buy them, but they are going to be there in case you actually want to get them right now. So let's actually explain what's going on. After going up in a 1-2 setup right here, Cardano formed another 1-2 setup, and right now we are in another 1-2 setup. So basically we are in a 1-2 setup, and usually what happens after a 1-2 setup is we get a third wave of the third wave. And well, right now I mean the last 1-2 setup right here could be in, meaning that the third wave of the third wave might start next, and that should put us above the bull market support band, at least in my opinion. So it should put us at about 84 cents. Of course there's going to be some resistance here at the 200-day moving average, which is currently at 75 cents, so maybe we get rejected around 80 cents. But yeah, we need to get above the bull market support band. Of course not in this third wave, but in the third wave of the 1-2 setup here. So yeah, we need to form a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup to complete the third wave. Then we'll most likely go down, and then the fifth wave should put us above $1 in my opinion. Now of course it doesn't have to, and the minimum target for that is most likely gonna be at about 95 cents or so, but the minimum target for the third wave that we are working on right now is the 200% expansion of the 1-2 setup, which is at 86.9 cents. We'll see if we get there. Keep in mind this structure is not perfect, and well, I mean the second wave right here was not really deep enough. We barely got to the 0.382 support level, which is not that great, but this could, mean that maybe the fourth wave moved down. We'll just go a little bit lower than the second wave. Maybe in the fourth wave down we go to like the 0.618 support level, or even the 0.796. Who knows? I mean, it's gonna make sense if we do that, because I mean we are at the bull market support band, so it's gonna look like a rejection of the bull market support band, but it's gonna be alright. So until we actually get these 5 waves up, like always, I cannot confirm that the low is in right here, and we could always just break down. And speaking of breaking down, I mean the market is not doing anything right now. Bitcoin is just waiting for something. I think it's actually waiting to close a weekly wick above the bull market support band, and I mean many people are wondering what could happen after that. And honestly, I mean in my opinion, after we get a close above the bull market support band, I still think we'll test the 200-day moving average and the green line of the bull market support band. We do that every single time after getting above the bull market support band. We did it right here. As you can see, we got above it, then I think a new week started and we had a big move to the downside, and well, actually this move lasted like 2 weeks. And by the way, the bull market support band looked the exact same over here. The red line was still above the green line. Only after getting a cross we actually confirmed that the low was in. Right now we have not had a cross. I think we're gonna get a cross soon, just because the market is going up and the green line is about to do something like this and the red line something like this, and that's gonna give us a cross. But that could take another couple of weeks, and well, during that time Bitcoin could obviously go up, because this is Bitcoin we are talking about. But I mean, I don't think we're gonna get another low in the Bitcoin chart anymore. I think the low is in, but if we do get some type of rejection very soon, it's gonna be okay in my opinion, because that's what Bitcoin usually does. It gets above the bull market support band and then it goes down. And well, let's go back to Cardano. Cardano, I mean, it has to do the exact same thing, and I want to talk about the weekly chart for a second, because what we're doing here is very important. As you can see, ADA is exactly at the moving average on the weekly chart, and this is gonna be very important, because the last time we were at the moving average on the weekly chart, we got rejected over here, and as you can see, after that we formed another low. Well, not another low, but we formed a double bottom, which by the way I pretty much called a couple of months ago. So yeah, I mean if we do not manage to get above the moving average, this could actually be very bearish in the short term at least. Now probably not in the long term, but yeah, we should get back above it. And even if we do get back above it and get to like an RSI of like, let's say 57 or something, then we'll most likely test it, because that's what Cardano usually does. We did it right here when Cardano was going down for months. months. As you can see, it was very difficult to get above the moving average and we got rejected a bunch of times, but after we actually got back above it, we retested it over here, we found support, we bounced off of it, and that gave us this nice 300% move to the upside. So I think this is what we are doing right now, but you just need to be patient because we have not had a cross on the bull market support band, at least not yet. I think it's gonna happen soon, like I said, but you just have to wait for it a bit longer. Now, I still think that Cardano and the altcoins and Ethereum and Bitcoin will go up quite a lot by the end of the second week of June. That has not really changed, and honestly, I mean, the market, yes, it's not doing anything right now, but that's actually pretty okay because we are still waiting for the Fed meeting. Now, again, I have to talk about Ethereum. Ethereum is not oversold on the weekly chart, and I read a comment yesterday that said that maybe we'll not get to the oversold territory because this is not a bear market after all, and the previous 2 times we got to the oversold territory, we were actually in a bear market, and well, that's a good point, but then again, Ethereum cannot seem to be able to get above the moving average on the weekly chart. I think we actually got rejected, and maybe this means that next week we're gonna go down again, get some type of double bottom here, maybe test the 0.786 support level again, and then we get the bounce. Now, if we actually start going up next week, we could actually be looking at a wick that looks like this, and I mean that could put us above the bull market support band next week, but only if Ethereum actually, wants to confirm that the low is in. To confirm that the low is in, obviously we need to get 5 waves up. And speaking of that, let me go in the 4-hour chart. Well, actually, I'm not going to focus on the wave count. I'm actually going to focus on the structure, and I'm going to focus on the resistance that we'll find at $2,100. I said this yesterday or 2 days ago, but if Ethereum manages to get above this high right here, that will pretty much confirm that the low is in, because as you can see, for the past, I would say 4 months or so, Ethereum has been in a big downtrend, and each time we got a lower low, the highs that we got, or the local highs that we got, never broke above the previous local highs. And well, it's a downtrend for a reason, and right now, if we want to break it, we need to break above this high right here, which is at $2,100. If Ethereum does that, then I'm going to change my opinion, and I'm going to say that maybe we'll not get another low, but until that happens, anything could happen, and anything will happen, so please be prepared for anything. And do not forget, the Fed meeting is in about 2 weeks, meaning that if we actually want to start QE, it would actually be, a good reason to actually get a drop in the market. And if we do get a drop in the market, maybe, just maybe, we end QT and we start QE. Now, if you don't know what that means, maybe you should Google it because it's easier to understand that way. And well, I mean, I also want to show you something else. I think I posted this on the Discord server. I posted a screenshot of one of my videos, and this is a screenshot that I took of a video that was posted about 9 months ago. And as you can see, we had this 1-2 setup on the chart. I don't know if I can zoom in more. No, I cannot. And I've always been talking about the first 1-2 setup of the main third wave, and what do you know, the first wave right here, when Cardano was at like 35 cents, it was placed at about $1.30, as you can see. And where did the first wave of the third wave go on the Cardano chart? It went exactly where I said it would go, to about $1.30, exactly where it was right here. Now please look at the second wave move down. Where's the second wave move down? It's at 51 cents, or somewhere in that region. Where did the second wave move down go? It went to 51 point something cents. Maybe that's a coincidence, but then again, maybe I just know what I'm talking about, and maybe the third wave of the third wave is still coming, no matter what the haters have to say. And, I mean, Cardano is just very, very predictable right now, in my opinion, even though people do not want to admit that. I've been predicting the exact same thing for the past 9 months now, at least on the YouTube channel. And, well, I still think it's gonna play out. It has played out exactly like I said it would so far. And I don't doubt that it's gonna, continue doing that, because it's the exact same structure. Now, speaking of that structure, let me actually talk about it for a second. You should already know this, but in the previous cycle we had this very big 1-2-1-2 setup, and right now we have the exact same thing. And I want to look at how long it took to actually break above the trend line right here after testing it in the second one to set up. And as you can see, from this high to breaking above the trend line, it took about 160 days, which means that right now, if we want to do that exact same thing, Cardano would have to break above the trend line right here in the next, well, actually 160 days after the high right here, which would put us in May of 2025, and I think that's on May 14th or 15th or something. So Cardano actually has a chance to get above the trend line right here by May 14th. Now, is that gonna play out the exact same? I have no idea. Maybe in this cycle it's gonna take longer, but even then, I mean, I am expecting Cardano to break above the trend line right here and finally get the third wave of the third wave. And when we finally get that third wave of the third wave, you're gonna have a reason to buy the t-shirt, but you know, I'm just gonna buy it anyways. I mean, yes, I am buying my own t-shirt, and I know that sounds sad, but I am doing it. So, well, that's all I have, I think. I mean, we are still waiting for the market to go up. I've been waiting for the market to go up for quite a long time now. I'm making these, daily videos for a reason. I wanted to, learn something from what I have to say, and I hope you learned something today. If you haven't, well, I think that's your fault, but maybe it's mine, I don't know. So that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.